In this video, we're going to be rounding numbers to the nearest tens or hundreds. Okay, here we're going to round to the nearest 10. We have two problems here. We're going to start with this first one. In this number, we have 4,820. Okay, so we're going to round to the nearest 10. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our place value chart on our number. Ones, tens, hundreds, and thousand. Okay, so we're rounding to the nearest 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle my 10. Okay, I circled it a different color. So this is the number we're going to round to the nearest 10. So when you round to the nearest 10, hundreds, or whatever, you're always going to look to the neighbor on the right. This is the number is going to tell you how you're going to round. Either you're going to round up or you're going to stay the same. Okay? So here next door to the tens is a 0. Okay? Now we're going to look over here at our magic numbers. This tells us if we're either going to round up or round down. Okay? In our magic numbers we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If our next door neighbor has any of these numbers, that means that with the number we're going to round, we're going to add 1. Okay? So since our neighbor is a 0, it's not in our magic numbers, not any of our magic numbers, so we're not going to add 1. It's going to stay the same. So our number that we round up, that 4,820 rounds up to, it's just going to be the same number, 4,820. So that's our answer. So now let's look at the second one. We have 14,567. Again, we're going to do our place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, and our 10,000. Okay, and again we're looking at the tens. So we're looking at the tens. This is the number we're looking at. We're gonna underline it. Okay, remember we go next door. The next door number tells us how we're gonna round. Here we have a 7. Let's look at our magic numbers. Is 7 in our magic number? Yes. So we're gonna add one more. We're gonna add 1 to that 6. So if we add 1 to that 6, that turns into a 7. And then all we do next is the numbers before. All we're gonna do is just bring those down. So we have 5, 4, 1. Remember the comma. That 7 that we used to round up, this is gonna turn into a 0. So now the number that 14,567 rounds up to will be 14,570. Okay, here we're going to round to the nearest hundreds. I have my number 56,847, and I already wrote my place value chart. So we're rounding to the nearest thousand. So, not thousand, hundreds. So I'm going to circle my hundreds and underline my number. So this is the number that we're going to be rounding up to. Okay, so this is the number we're going to be rounding to. So we're going to look next door. Next door I have a 4. Look at our magic number. Is 4 in our magic number? No, so we do not add 1. We leave our 8 alone. So then we leave it alone. So then we bring down our numbers that are in the front. 5, 6, 8, since it stays 8, since we didn't have to add anything. And then these two numbers here are going to turn into zeros. So now the number that we rounded, after we rounded, our answer is 56,800.